Let's try this. Hey, I got somebody. Here's part 2. It said resume, but then when I resumed, it was just showing my old live. Yeah, it got messed up. Go figure. Oh, I thought I got stuck again. I got nervous. Oh, hello, beautiful people. Thank you for coming back. Pop out chat. Oh, hang on. I want to see something. I'm still moving on there. It's just kind of sluggish on here. Auto. Okay. I'm so glad to see y'all. You're moving. Yay. Thank you, Henry. Now we can get Amy back. Boy, it's a lippy day. I was still hanging out at the other left. Hey, it told me I could resume it, so I hit resume, and it was going here, but it wasn't going there. It had started over on there, so I'm like, so I tried canceling it again and redoing it, and it finally, yeah, it's one of those days. Hey, Mr. Buddy. It could be all the rain, too, though, because I know, you know, the South has had a lot of rain. It's about time to build a boat instead of a garden bed. And how are you doing, Miss Lippy? Don't trigger the buffering. Yeah. Hey, Be Fruitful Gardening. What's up, everyone? It's been forever since I've been on here. Good to see you. Yes, good to see you too. What you been doing? Are you planting stuff? Are you planting stuff? I'm planting stuff. It got froze, Mama Z. That's all I can tell you. It froze up. And then I tried to restart it and it said resume. So I hit resume and it resumed on my phone, but not on here. So I ended up having to cancel it and just start over. Girl, trying to stay healthy and yes, planning like crazy. Same here, girl. I'm ready to jump over the house. Not, but I can do 2 jumping jacks. Hey, that's a start. Holy moly, I thought I was lost in Never Never Land. Rochelle, I saved you. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. This chair is not exactly the most comfortable lounging thing, you know. I almost thought about doing this live outside. I was about that close. But I think I'll wait until it stays, you know, when it's still sunny at like 8 o'clock, then I'll start doing my lives outside. You've been in Buddy's ear? Probably. But I'm sure he's glad to hear it. I thought my computer was going crazy. Couldn't get the stream back. Yeah, Amy, I hit resume. And it was resuming on the phone, but not on here. When I clicked my live, it just started over from the beginning. So I'm like, I guess I have to close out completely. I thought it would reconnect, but it didn't. So I had to end it and start a new one. For sure, we are all worried, but him more so. Weird, I refreshed a billion times. Same. Lippy, I wish you could get the antibody test. It's supposed to get ugly down your and Amy's way. Yep. I got 10 days to make up on talking. Miss Lippy, I have no doubt that you won't make it up. You know what I mean? I'm getting tongue-tied, but you know. Get ugly, it's already there. Over 9,000 cases as of today. Yeah. I will see you when you go live. Yep, they will go live in 40 minutes. We're up to 10. Y'all, I'm at 1,780 something watch hours. He won't mind at all. He was looking at peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Hey, sometimes peanut butter and jelly sandwiches aren't bad. You just don't want to live off of them. I don't have the antibody. I don't have the 2 protein cells that is viable on. Ooh, we're up to 11. I was going to show y'all something. What was it? So what is everybody else planting and doing? I just kind of went blank for a minute. Old age, sorry about that. What are your plans for the rest of the week and weekend? Hopefully, Rochelle, I have to move my greenhouse, because where my greenhouse is sitting right this minute is where I want to put a new bed. So I have to get the greenhouse moved and finish building that bed. And I also want to, I guess shovel, because I don't have a tiller, till up the other part right behind it so I can plant some okra and corn. I have to start some more seeds, because a couple of my tomato plants and pepper plants aren't going to make it. Hey, Wildflowers Homestead. But I had a tomato plant. It looked like a squirrel or something picked the leaves off of it. Got my spring crops planted now, and I'm going and seed starting summer crops. Exactly. I got to do some of that. We've got rain coming tonight, and my garden isn't done yet. That's how I feel, Amy. But I also have to peel that garlic and get it ready to ferment. Hope you're well. I am doing good. I hope you're doing great. I am groovy. I had a little bit of allergies in the beginning, but I'm over it now, I think. Of course, I've been eating honey and garlic too, so. But that means I will have to till that up again, probably. If you ferment, do a video on it. I'm going to. I'm not going to bore you with peeling half a bag of garlic. That is a long, tedious process. And I tried putting them in a jar and shaking them to get them to peel. That didn't work for me. All it did was bruise my garlic. I don't know what gave. It wouldn't do it. So I finally started breaking them apart. Can I get it? I don't think so. I don't think you can get garlic already peeled. I mean, that would be cool if you could, but I don't think you can. I've never seen it. Right? I mean, it's a process, but it's worth it. You know, I love garlic, but I cannot eat that mess raw. One time I think it was at Olive Garden, and I had a bowl of a seafood bowl. And it had chowder and lobster and oysters and all kinds of stuff. And I took a big old spoonful and took a bite, and a piece was a garlic piece. And you talk about burning. I can't do raw garlic. But if you ferment it, I can eat that stuff all day long. Grow garlic chives easy, and they grow great with tomatoes. Yes, ma'am, but I can't ferment garlic chives. I can ferment garlic. But it's in water already. Yeah, so then you couldn't ferment it, I don't think. But you take them cloves of garlic and you peel them and you stick them in a jar with a salt brine. And you let that stuff sit. It does something magical. That's all I can say. It does something magical to the garlic, where you can pick it out and just eat it clove after clove. I'm growing garlic. I want to learn how to ferment. Fermenting is awesome. Okay, what is a salt brine? Salt brine is salt, water, and it's a certain, what do you call it? Measurement of salt per water, and it preserves the food. It helps it ferment. Like when you're doing cabbage, you put salt on the cabbage to get the water out. But how long did I let it ferment? I think it was 2 weeks, Amy. But they were tiny cloves. They wasn't big ones. The bigger ones would probably take a little longer, unless you crush it. You know, like when you peel it and you bust it, the clove open, it will absorb faster. So next time, well, like when my bigger cloves, I'm going to bust them before I ferment them. Can you tell by my question I don't know much? Hey, Legacy Home and Garden, there's no problem with asking. Will the leftover pickle juice work? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I mean, it would make it sweet, but I don't think it has to ferment to lose that bite. Hey, Hardneck Farms, how you doing? Brine is salt water. Yeah, but it's a certain percentage of salt with water. You know, and each, like, I know when I did the carrots, it was a certain amount of salt you had to put in the water to make your brine. And, but Dave Northwater, what I have done is after I made my sauerkraut, I washed it off, stuck it back in the jar, and put a pickle juice brine over it, a sweet pickle juice brine over it to make sweet sauerkraut. No, can't ferment in pickle juice because of the vinegar. That's what I was thinking, but wasn't sure. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? Does it make things salty? If you use too much salt, yes. But if you don't, I mean, each recipe has its own amount of salt that you put. Awesome, good to hear, Teresa. Like my carrots aren't that salty, but my sauerkraut was a little salty. But I think I used a little bit too much salt for my sauerkraut. But that's why I'm pickling it in sweet pickle brine to counteract that. It'll be a sweet salty mix. Fermenting process eats the salt. It lets it ferment longer and the salt will go down. Yeah. AKA Tricky? How are you doing? Hey, Thrifty VG from Rhode Island. Is it still cold up there? And how you doing, AKA? Welcome to the Gnome Show. Salt breaks down the tissue of the cabbage that allows it to take on its salty taste. Yep. See, Gemini Hope said, Miss Lippy, she's like my go-to. She knows all the answers to my questions. Thrifty VG, yes. I'm sorry, Thrifty. The warmth is coming, I promise. It may take a little bit longer, but it's coming. When you ferment, do you ferment in a glass jar? Yes. In fact, my glass jar is amber, so it doesn't get the light. If you're just using a regular mason jar, I would advise you to put it in a cabinet somewhere cool and dark where it won't get too much sun. We always get it later to use the warmth. Yeah. Planting tomatoes and basil on my small deck. but it's coming along. Never done it before. I don't even know when to pick the basil. You can pick the basil anytime that it's growing. Just don't pick off too much of it so it can keep growing. But yeah, you don't really have to. There's not a certain time you have to wait to harvest basil. You can just pick it as you go and as you need it. And if you have it on your deck, like whenever you're cooking, you need a couple pieces, you just go take a couple leaves, chop them off, and it'll keep growing back and keep replacing it itself. My goal is to learn to can for the first time this year. So good info. Yes, I got my first pressure canner, and I'm going to learn how to pressure can this year. It's growing now. I can smell it. Oh yeah, I love basil. I can grow it like crazy. I've got wild basil growing in my beds in random spots. In fact, I used to have some in my fish tank when I had it in the little aquaponic system, and I would just pull off leaves when I needed it. We are working on a gallon of sauerkraut. Buddy eats it like candy. Have y'all ever tried the sweet sauerkraut? My cinnamon basil is growing. Yeah, that stuff went crazy on me, Amy. I mean, I have it everywhere. The cinnamon basil, and I do have some regular basil growing in a few other places. Love the name of your channel, by the way. Barefruit Garden, you should go check out Legacy, man. They are funny, and I love their property. She's got a little windmill. I want that windmill. I haven't seen much from the strawberries I potted, though. You have to give it a little time. Do you see any flowers? I love to just walk to my herbs and rub the leaves. Yes, I do that too, Legacy. Gotta run and eat supper. See you at the Broussard's Live. Alright, Susan and Wayne. Thanks for stopping by. It means a lot to me. Oh, I love your windmill, Rochelle. I mean, it's awesome. But y'all should go check out her channel. She's funny. She reminds me a lot of me. Seriously. I watched, she showed my daughter. I says, don't she remind you of me? The way she's walking around, she goes, yeah. But, yeah, I love your windmill. You don't want basil to get too tall. It will flower. Cut it and dry the leaves. Yeah, as soon as you see it flowering, you can, or after it gets so tall, you can cut the top, crop it, and it will start getting bushier. But if you let it go, let the seeds dry on the plant itself, and then get you a bag and put over them seeds and just pull them seeds out, and you'll have plenty of basil seeds for like the next year. I'm ready to sow plenty of basil so I can make and freeze pesto. Yes, basil is so good for many things. I just love the smell of it. And it's to me, it's fairly easy herb to grow. Basil is very forgiving. You'd be surprised the places that I've seen basil grow, like in sand. Do I store the basil in a Ziploc in the fridge? You can, or you can dehydrate it. Like, you can dehydrate it in your oven on the lowest setting your oven has. You can either buy a dehydrator, or you can tie it up and hang it upside down and let it dry in your house. Don't forget the pasta sauce. I have yet to make pasta sauce, but I would like to this year, like from scratch. I make pesto. I've never made pesto, but I should, because I usually grow like more basil than you can shake a stick at. I need prayers for my mother. She got moved out of the hospital and PT building. They gave her a feeding tube, not in her stomach, but in her intestines. Needs different food. From New Jersey. She's in New York. Oh my goodness. Through the VG, she's definitely be in our prayers. And you too. Because I know that's not an easy thing to have to go through. Pesto's good. I don't know if I've even tried it. Maybe I haven't, just not known. But usually with my tomatoes and onions and garlic and stuff, I usually make hot sauce or salsa. But I want to try sriracha this year. I will take your mom in my prayers close tonight. Same. Hey, Beat the Hook. Yes, definitely in our prayers. I have 15 people here pulling for you and your mom. I'm praying for y'all. Basil is good to keep bugs off tomatoes. That's what I hear. The power of prayer. Yes, ma'am, indeed. The power of prayer can move mountains. I'm living proof. Dog's in a coma. I didn't know that I will plant some basil this weekend. Oh yeah, basil is good for bugs and stuff. Make sure you have good venting if you make the sauce. Why's that, Dave Northwater? Yes, ma'am, Legacy Home and Garden. Power of prayer from all of y'all, and the good Lord is why I'm on here with y'all. Yes, ma'am, Miss Lippy. I prayed a lot for you. Praying a lot for Sabrina, too. And now for Thrifty VG's mom. I'm doing a lot of praying. Hope this thing passes. It's taking enough. But what is I have a question for y'all. What all is in pesto? Because I'm not sure if I've even had it. I've heard of it. Yeah, they gave Miss Loopy the cocktail for 5 days. Cocktail meds. The area around the sriracha plant always complained about the gases. You have to be careful with any pepper. Pesto is basil, pine nuts, and what's EVOO? Sorry, phone. No problem, Hardneck. Hardneck, I know exactly what you're talking about with the cell phone. And garlic. Can you get the pine nuts from pine trees or only certain pine trees? I'm not sure. Extra virgin olive oil. Oh, see, I learned something new every day. Basil, pine nuts, optional. Parmesan cheese, garlic, and olive oil. I haven't had it. Because I didn't even... Well, yeah, because of the pine nuts. I haven't had that. So, sounds good. What do you eat it with? I know it's probably pasta or spaghetti or... See, I'm an amateur when it comes to that. That sounds good, though. Or do you put it on pasta with tomatoes and stuff? I know I'm getting hungry again. I make a lot of pesto for a sauce base. Oh, on your pizza? Where do you get pine nuts? I've never heard of those. You can put it on chicken, salmon, pasta. Put it in the food processor. I have 9,000 pine trees in my back property. If the pine nuts are in the pine cones, I'm looking for them tomorrow. Hello, because pine nuts are expensive. I've never even heard of pine nuts. I am making a vegan mushroom lasagna. Wow. Hardneck, I love mushrooms. I'm not so much sure about the vegan lasagna part, but I love mushrooms. I could eat my weight in mushrooms. Put a dollop in soup. Yeah, mushrooms do rock. I just love it on cold sandwiches instead of using mayo. See, I could see that. Any mushrooms. I am not picky. I love them all. I can't have mushrooms. I know, Amy. That makes me sad. Because I love mushrooms fried, raw, on pizza, stuffed, grilled. I love me some mushrooms. I used to eat them out of the little jars that you get at the Walmart, which those are kind of like rubbery mushrooms. But I used to eat them things all the time. I like them, but they don't like me. That's a sad moment, Amy. We got morels now, but I love mushrooms too, big time. Yep. Put some on a wax paper by the spoonful and freeze it, and then store it in the container in a freezer. Put 1 or 2 in soup too. That's a great idea. Mushrooms are a good replacement for meats and fillers. I could eat mushrooms all day long. I mean, for real. And I love to take them and take the stem out, chop that stem up, mix in cream cheese, bacon bits, green onion, and put that back into the, what do you call it? The mushroom itself. Stick that on a pan and put in mozzarella and stick that in the oven. I could eat that whole pan by myself. Mushrooms are like a bad cold. I hate them. Oh, I love them. Yes, I love stuffed mushrooms. I love them fried too. Morella should be coming up soon here. That's awesome, Bake the Hook. I think the next time somebody makes a grocery store run, I'm going to have them get me some mushrooms. Get some portobellos or something. I could eat them all day long too, but then we would really have to have toilet paper shortage. Alright, Amy, that about killed me. I'm not trying to put you through all that. You might as well just go eat at Taco Bell if you wanted that problem. I mean, seriously. But yeah, oh man, some stuffed mushrooms sound so good. Yeah. Especially with the cream cheese and green onion and bacon bits and a little salt, a little pepper, I use Italian seasoning on everything. And I ate, it was like too late to be a lunch, but too early to be a dinner. Maybe that's what happened to the toilet paper in the world. Stuffed mushrooms are delicious. Yes, they are. Hey, speaking of toilet paper shortage, I took my grandkids out to the garden and showed them the lamb's ear and told them remember it, just in case, right? Yes, no bacon though. Oh, but I love bacon. Can I have bacon bits? Well, you don't have to, but that's okay. We'll save the bacon for the peppers, because I like to take peppers and stuff them with the same cream cheese, cream cheese, bacon bits, and green onion, and stick that in a pepper and wrap that pepper with bacon and toast that. Even with banana peppers, it's awesome. Especially if you do it with a pickled pepper. If you take a pepper and just make a little slice and stick them in the jar and pickle them that way, and then when they're done, about a week or so, take them out of the brine and clean them out and stuff them. Yeah. Yes, ma'am, I did make it back. I had to start a whole new life. We had to make fabric toilet paper and yeah. So far, we're doing good on the toilet paper front. Pickled okra wrapped up sandwich. There's something I want to try this year. You take okra, You slice it down the side, and you scoop out the seeds. You put in a stick, you know those little cheese sticks, like pepper jack, mozzarella, cheddar. Stick that cheese stick in that okra, and then batter it and deep fry it, or wrap it in bacon and bake it. I want to try that, because it sounds good. And so I'm going to grow me some Broussard okra this year, and I'm going to try it. Because supposedly it's not slimy that way either. You can use it only for pee and make your toilet paper last longer. Yep, indeed. You know, worst case scenario, you could shower too. Just saying. Get one of those water hose attachments for the toilet. Yes, ma'am, but flash freeze the okra cheese wrap first. The cheese will hold up and stay in. Sweet. I will definitely do that, Miss Lippy, because I don't know, that just sounds good to me, especially with some pepper jack cheese. Just use this little squirt bottle. See, there you go, Patty. Toilet paper crisis solved. Sounds good. I might try it. Bear fruit, I would. I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to. They said the okra is not slimy when you do it that way, and I even thought about doing them together, putting the cheese in there and wrapping it with bacon, and then battering it and then frying it. Motec, baby. You still have to try. You still have to dry off. Yeah. Well, we have towels. Oh, Amy. Got a box fan? You can air dry. Oh, so you don't have to drip dry, Miss Patty. You can get a fan. Back it up to a fan and just air dry it. Put your fan in the bathroom. That'd be a chilly experience if the temperatures are kind of low. Blow dryers work too. Yeah. We use the cloth toilet paper, and we have noticed a big change in our house. Not changing the row so often. Yeah, I can imagine, especially for females. We go through some toilet paper. I look for different ways to eat food, especially okra. Usually only eat it super fried. Yeah. This way you could do it baked, and it would be healthier than the fried. Maybe not so much the soup, but definitely the fried. Who knew there would be so many creative ideas for toilet paper usage? No joke. I never thought of the spray bottle or a little. I could see somebody taking I don't have one, taking a regular water bottle and poking holes in the lid, and then just squeezing the bottle. Okra and tomatoes are delicious. That sounds good. I pee way too often to air dry. No, Amy, you just need a bigger blow dryer. You need an upside down car wash dryer. Oh, that's funny. I'm not trying to hurt nobody, Dave. Don't do things like... Never mind. Alright, well, folks, it is 7:47. The Broussards are going to go live in 12 minutes. I know that looks like a 3. But at 8 o'clock, the Broussard Homestay goes live. I rigged up a sink sprayer on the toilet water line. You know, I thought about doing that, bait the hook. Seriously. God bless everyone and have a blessed evening. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming by twice. The leaves will be on the tree. They're pretty. Soon grab some leaves, stick your fingers. Bub, I love you, I really do. But I love you guys. Every last one of you are in my prayers. Please be safe. Take care and realize the sun will shine once again. This is just a little bump in our life right now. Happy gardening. And try to smile when you can. Love you guys and be safe. Peace.